Hey everybody, it's Steven GetMoneyMyrick here. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my top 15 heroes within Idle Heroes. This is an idea I had about 3 months ago that I rolled out, and it goes on the fact that we used to have tier lists for Idle Heroes, but I don't feel like tier lists really give a ton of information anymore because of how dynamic the game is and how many different modes there are. It's hard to say that this is the best hero or this is an A level hero, S level hero. So I thought about it in the terms of, okay, you need 15 E5s for Void Arc. So if you're going to concentrate on just 15 E5s, what should those 15 E5s be? And then you can max imprints on those, and you potentially may not need any other E5s. And at a minimum, I would try and target these 15 E5s first. So this is really to give you an idea if you're wondering about who should my next hero be. Look at this list and see, do I have all these heroes? And that's kind of the idea behind this video, is giving you an idea of which heroes you should be building. This is a video I've been meaning to make for about a month now, and I keep changing it up because of how many different changes we've seen recently with Untitled Heroes. And once again, we have another change coming up very soon here, but I said, you know, screw it, we got to get this video out. People need to know what to do, even if it's going to become outdated in just a little bit as changes happen. That just seems to be the nature of the game right now, is things are changing, and I'll just make another video in a couple months after those changes occur. I also do want to say that if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and start by talking about how the list has changed since 3 months ago and what the future may hold, and then I'll break down a little bit more in depth of each character. So on my left hand side here, I have my original list from May of 2021, and then on the right hand side I have my updated list for the very end of July of 2021, really the start of August of 2021. And I want to talk about a few of the changes we've seen. The biggest change is that it was pretty much required. You needed 2 Ignises and you needed 2 Tixes in order to clear the Void Vortex. So I was really stressing that back in May, before we knew about the cheese method and everything that it entailed. And so I was all excited to come up with a new video saying you don't even need the second Ignis, you don't need the second Tix because we have the cheese method, and then now they have gotten rid of the cheese method. So this video is shot right before they're getting rid of the cheese method. So the list could change pretty heavily in the next month or two as we see what is really required to clear the highest level of the Void Vortex. But it appears to be that you might be able to get away with just 1 Tix and 1 Ignis. So I do not have the second copy of Tix, and I don't have the second copy of Ignis. The next thing I'll say is you'll see Rogan. Rogan just continues to shine for me. I have moved him up very high on the list here. My original list was alphabetical of get these heroes first, then these heroes. Now I have made it by importance of where I think in each column you would go down. So I would prioritize Scarlet Queen Halora over SFX, over Asmodel, over Rogan, over Tix. You can make an argument, obviously, that Tix is more important than Rogan, especially if you haven't cleared Asmodel Dungeon, or if you're a new account, you're probably building that Tix to clear Tower of Oblivion. But from a purely PvP, PvE standpoint, Rogan just does a ton of heavy lifting, including having that second copy of Rogan that you can see on the right hand side now. I've also come way up on Asmodel, from being a kind of meme hero of, well, at least he does warrior settlement, to, man, this guy hits like a truck. So Asmodel has definitely got moved in that category, and I was being a little too harsh on Transcendence heroes back in May. Obviously, if you could pretty much have any hero, you would still rather pick a Transcendence hero over any other just regular hero. And the final kind of big changes, you can see that I've moved Amun, Ra, and Carrie from like get these heroes first over to the then these heroes category. Are they excellent heroes that have very niche applications where they can be very powerful? Absolutely. I still love Carrie. I think she's one of the best light dark heroes you can be building, just period. If you're ever wondering what to build, just build another Carrie. It doesn't hurt to have too many carries. But I've moved them from being that required status where you really want to make sure you have one to, okay, they help a lot in a lot of situations and you can do some pretty fun things with them, but they're not as important as getting these other heroes. And here's the full version of what the list looks like now, and you can kind of see more detail. I go into which modes I think these heroes excel at, and so you can see with Scarlet Queen Halora, you can see with SFX, you know what I'm saying, they're good in 4 modes. Rogan, good in all 4 modes. So that's Realms Gate, CCL, the Void Lord, and the Void Vortex, just heroes that let you compete there. Also, Swordflesh Z has really impressed me how easily she can handle the Void Lord now. When I made this list 3 months ago, I wasn't sure how good she was replacing Ithaqua, but I am very happy with how she does against the Void Lord now, and see no reason to really have an Ithaqua unless you just want it for the damage. Tying up Stellar Shards in your Ithaqua is not a good strategy if you care about your PvP aspect or other modes within the game. Obviously, she does still the most damage, but we're leaving her off again. A lot of people wanted her on the list last time. I still can't justify having her on. You can see we've added Andrea and Starwing Jara. Those are two new heroes that have come out since the list was made. Starwing Jara, very RNG dependent about how you have her built and if she works or not, but still very powerful and can help you within Realms Gate. Just locking up opponents and clearing things is very good within the Void Vortex as well for that, and was used for some Valiant clears instead of a second Tix. Andrea, their healing potential, how strong they are in PvP. Just very, very fun, cool hero. I originally, when he came out, I said, you're not going to regret not having this hero. And I've definitely gone up on Andrea and I've gone down on Fiona. Fiona is good. She goes in every lineup, but she's not necessarily great in every lineup. And I have moved her, into then these heroes category. I've also added Cruz here. Cruz is definitely one of the more wild takes here. The reason I added Cruz is because he has a home in almost any PvP lineup if you work around him. And specifically what he's very good at is you don't need Stellar Shards on your Cruz, which allows you to put Stellar Shards into other heroes. He can also just lock up the other team for 2 rounds and you just win matches that you have no chance or no business winning. You throw him on a lineup with maybe one Transcendence hero and do some cheese. Try to get stuff for Ace where maybe he's on your second lineup and can take out a Swordflash Zia by stunning her up for a long period of times. So Cruz brings a lot as far as CC that no other hero has, and he also doesn't require Stellar Shards, and he's cool. So I put him on there. Heroes that aren't on here that maybe should be on here, Waldeck just came out. Waldeck is definitely interesting. I'm not ready to move him onto this list yet. I don't know that he has a niche where you really need one or want one. The verdict's still out on Waldeck, so we'll see in the next video. When I make this in a couple months from now, does Waldeck make that list? Talking about second Rogan, very good. Drake, if you care about the Void Lord, and he's good there, but other than that, he's not that great in PvP anymore. And yeah, that's the list. So this is my tier list in a way. It's my priority order list, heroes that you should be concentrating on building right now at the end of July, very beginning of August in 2021. Again, we'll kind of wait to see where Waldeck fits in. We'll also need to see these changes with the Magic Stone Sword being changed and getting nerfed and the cheese method going away. Will some heroes rise? Will some heroes fall? We'll have to see, but I wanted to get this video out. I wanted to talk about which heroes I thought you should be building right now. If there's any heroes you think I'm missing, make sure to let me know. I'm sure some people are still going to be telling me I need a Thaqua or even Olivia, but I really just don't see a need for those heroes. If you were going to knock off anybody, it's got to be Cruz, but Cruz just does a lot for a lot of different lineups and gives you a lot of flexibility. So that's all I have in this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully if you're sitting down thinking, what's the next hero I should build? You look at this list and you go, okay, MoneyMyrick said we need to build one second Rogan. Second Rogan will do more damage and help us in energy feed with PvP or whatever. And I have notes for all these and where they're strong, but feel free to ask me any questions in the comments, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.